the third most exponent and contributor to the theory of political elitism is Robert Michels, and Michels is very famous for his contribution of iron law of oligarchy in his major work. Political parties, a sociological study of the oligarchical tendencies of modern democracy. So, according to Michels, the very iron law of oligarchy, one of the iron laws of history, from which the most democratic modern societies, and within those societies the most advanced parties have been unable to escape. The primary factor supporting this law is the element of organization, according to Michels. No movement or party can hope to succeed in modern times without organization. Organization is simply another way of spelling oligarchy. So, according to Michels, in his major work, Political Parties, a sociological study of the oligarchical tendencies of modern democracy, he applied the immanent oligarchical tendencies exist in every kind of human organization which strives for the attainment of definite ends. So, oligarchy is a preordained form of the common life of social aggregates. So, all order and civilization must exhibit aristocratic features. As a movement or party grows in size, more and more functions have to be delegated to an inner circle of leaders, and in course of time the members of the organization are rendered less competent to direct and control them, as a result of which the officers acquire great freedom of action and a vested interest in their position. They cling desperately to their new powers and privileges and became almost irremovable. The growth of this kind of oligarchy is supported by Roberto Michels, by his concept of the mass mind. So, also, the very growth of oligarchy, the majority of human beings, according to Michels, are apathetic, indolent, and slavish, and are permanently incapable of self government. They are susceptible to flattery, and in the presence of strength, leaders easily takes advantages of these qualities to perpetuate themselves in power. They employ all kinds of methods such as oratory, persuasion, playing upon the sentiments in order to fool them. So, oratory, persuasion, and playing the very sentiments of the masses, as it is expressed by Michel in his theory of iron law of oligarchy. So, once the leaders reach the pinnacle of powers, nothing could bring them down. If laws are passed to control the dominion of leaders, it is the laws which gradually weaken and not the leaders. So, in detail, Michels explained about the very concept of leadership and how leaders are being made, and how through their oratory, persuasion and sentiments, what means the playing the sentiments of the masses. So they fool the masses and grab the pinnacle of power which could bring them, which would not bring them down. And if the laws are passed to control the dominion of leaders, it is the laws which gradually itself weaken and not the leaders, as it was explained by Michels in his theory of iron law of oligarchy. And according to Michels, revolutions sometimes occur in history and tyrants are disposed, but new tyrants arise and the world goes on as before. The democratic currents of history resembles successive waves. They break a bar on the same soul as it is explained by Michels on the theory of iron law of oligarchy in his work Political Parties, a sociological study of the oligarchical tendencies of modern democracy, where he laid the emphasis on immanent oligarchical tendencies which exist in every kind of human organization which strives for the attainment of definite ends, and that is oligarchy, a preordained form of common life of social aggregates. And in that connection, he explained the very concept of leadership and the leaders and how leaders, by their skill of oratory and through persuasion and playing the very sentiments of the masses, they grab the political power and by their control and dominion over the masses, they passed laws, and those laws which itself would be weakened, but not the leaders. So, this is the very theory of Michel's, who invented the very doctrine or the principle of iron law of oligarchy. And now we'll discuss another major contributor to the theory of political elites, and that is Ortega Gasset. So, he evolved his theory of political elite in vis-a-vis the very theory of the masses. So, according to Ortega, a nation's greatness depends on the capacity of the people, the public, the crowds, the masses to find their symbol in certain chosen people on whom it pours out the vast store of its vital enthusiasm. The chosen people are the ones that are outstanding, and it is they who lead the masses who are not so chosen. A man is effective in society as a whole, as explained by Ortega. No, not such because of his individual qualities as because of the social energies which have been deposed in him by the mass. So, according to Ortega, a nation is an organized human mass given structure by a minority of select individuals. The legal form which a nation may adopt can be as democratic or as communistic as you choose, but its living and extra legal constitution will always consist in the dynamic influence of a minority acting on the mass. This is a natural law and as important in the biology of social bodies as the law of densities in physics, as explained by Ortega on his explanation to the theory of political elites. And according to him, the primary social fact is the organization of a human if in leaders and led. This supposes in some a certain capacity to lead, in others a certain capacity to be led. The masses revolt when the aristocracy becomes corrupt and inefficient. And the motive behind the revolt is not that they have objection to being ruled by aristocracy, but would like to be ruled by a more competent aristocracy, where there is not a minority acting over a competent or collective mass, and a mass that knows how to accept the influx of a minority. There is no society, or very nearly so, as explained by Ortega in his theory of political elites. So, according to him, when the masses in a country believe that they can do without aristocracy, the nation inevitably declines. In their disillusionment, the masses again turn to a new leadership and a new aristocracy emerges. So, according to Ortega, history shows a perpetual swinging back and forth between two kinds of epochs, periods, in which aristocracies and therewith society are being fought, and periods in which those same aristocracies are decaying and society is dissolving along with them. So, this is the very thesis as explained by Ortega in his very theory of masses, where he invented the very concept of the chosen people. And as according to him, it is not the people, the public, or the crowds, or the masses. It is only certain chosen people by the masses who lead the masses, who are not so chosen as because the masses are not the chosen people as presented by Ortega in his theory of political elites. So also he explained that the legal form which a nation may adopt can be as democratic or as communistic as you choose, but its living and extra legal constitution will always consist in the dynamic influence of a minority acting on the mass. This is a natural law and as important in the biology of social bodies as the law of densities in physics. So, why this? Ortega emphasize not only on the theory of masses, but also on the very chosen people who determines the destiny of the society, and in that connection he also discussed about the periods in history, and he found that there are only two kinds of periods, and one is aristocracy, and where the society are being formed, and the periods in which these same aristocracies are decaying and a society is dissolving along with them, and it would give rise to another form of aristocracy. So, as according to him, when the masses in a country believes that they can do without aristocracy, so ultimately the nation would decline. So, we have discussed in length about the philosophical contribution of Ortega Gasset, another most important exponent of the theory of political elites after Roberto Michel's iron law of oligarchy. So, almost we have discussed four important exponents, and particularly Pareto, who considered as the father of the theory of political elites, as he invented the very concept and idea of political elites in his work The Mind and Society, which was further carried out by Mosca in his work The Ruling Class, and further it was identified by Roberto Michels as the iron law of oligarchy, and Ortega, through his theory of masses, also laid importance on aristocracy, the chosen people. So, we have completed what lectures on the very concept of political elites.